Hello, dear students. Welcome. Let's begin one new lesson in new class. The lesson is based on one poem. The poem is heart-touching poem. This poem is based on effect of war to human beings. This poem conveys the message that war is a very nasty outbreak of peace. It brings destruction of human beings. Uh, in the poem, one speaker, the speaker is talking, the speaker is uh, discussing about one absent person. The person is absent because he is no more. Uh, Here, one lady, as a speaker, she talks about how she missed her lovable person in the poem. So, the title of the poem is The Gift in Wartime. The Gift of Wartime is about the effect of war. Now, dear students, let's start the class with the poem The Gift in Wartime. Well, The Gift in Wartime, this poem was composed by Tran Mong Tu. It was translated by Van Thon. Before starting a poem, there is a before reading activity. Let's discuss on it. Have you ever experienced the death of someone close to you? If yes, how did you feel? Definitely, after death of someone, it we really felt very sad. Really heart-touching moment would be there. In the next question, is war always destructive? Uh, yes, war is always destructive because no one uh, is highly benefited from the war. War brings destruction and outbreak of peace. With, that always result of bad condition, bad circumstances to the people. So war is always destructive. We can say this. And here, using a cause and effect chart like the one given here, describe the immediate effect that a person's death had on you and others. Here, especially war. War is the cause factor, and due to the war, lots of impact, lots of effect will be there. We can see there. Now, dear students, let's move on to a short biography of the poetess here, Tran Mong Tu. Tran Mong Tu was born and grown up in Hai Dong, North Vietnam in 1943. She worked for Associated Press in South Vietnam in the 1960s. She moved to the US in 1975 after South Vietnam fall. Tran had wanted to be a writer since elementary school, but her poetry was not published until she reached the United States. Today, she frequently, here she means Tran Mon Tu, contributes poems and short story to Vietnamese literary publication in the US and other countries. Here, what is a terrible thing, says Tran, who has first-hand experience of the Vietnam War. That was in 1954 started and ended in 1975. And here, according to Tran, she says the Vietnam War is a shameful of experience for both Vietnamese and Americans. Many people in both countries felt the terrible tragedy of the war, uh, the losses in the war. But the number of people in the war they lost their life have been more than 2 million Vietnamese and 50,000 Americans. They were died there in that war. So in the poem, The Gift in Wartime, Tran addresses an absent person who is no more. For example, yes, she says, I offer you roses. The person to whom she is speaking is not present and can neither her or understand what she is saying. So that is the message she want to convey through this poem. So now, dear student, let's go through the line of the poem. Altogether, there are 7 stanzas in the poem. Each stanza captures different perception, different ideas there. So all the ideas belongs to absent person here. So due to the war, the absent person is no more there. Due to that, there is an absent person there. So the poem starts in this way. I offer you roses. Here I means the speaker, lady, and you means an absent person. Might be lovable person, might be our beloved. I offer you roses buried in your new grave. I offer you my wedding gown. Gown means dress. To cover your tomb, still green with grass. Tomb means grave. So here the speaker wants to offer roses uh, to roses in the grave there, and she also offer her wedding gown to cover the tomb of her beloved. In the next stanza, you give me medals here. You give me medals together with silver stars and the yellow pips on your badge, unused and still shining. Here, in the second stanza, the poet uh, talks about the bravery of her beloved, who has medals with silver stars from military badge. So, but they are unused and they are shining there. Here, uh, uh, the speaker wants to show the bravery of our beloved. In the next third stanza, I offer you my youth, the days we were still in love. My youth died away when they told me the bad news. Here, the poet, the speaker, here the speaker says that uh, her youthful days were with her beloved. When the beloved when the beloved was there, uh, they, the speaker and her beloved, they had a good time there. They were uh, busy in their love there. But after the death of her beloved, her youth died away when she knew bad news from the officers. Here they means the people who told the news. Then each and everything has been died there. So in the fourth stanza, you give me the smell of blood from your war dress, your blood and your enemy, so that I may be moved here. So here, you miss lovable person. Just give the smell of blood after the death of our lovable person. She got the war dress which contain his blood and his enemy's blood there. So it indicates a very nasty destruction of human beings due to the war. So in the next fifth stanza, I offer you clouds that linger on my eyes on summer days. I offer you cold winters amid my springtime of life. So each and everything has been gone there after our beloved has no more. After the death of our beloved, each and everything that belongs to in our life has gone there, because she remains alone in the absence of her beloved, in the absence of her lovable person. So in the sixth stanza, uh, you give me your lips with no smile. You give me your arms without tenderness. Feeling of careness, tenderness means you give me your eyes with no sight and your motionless body. Here, this stanza shows that uh, due to the death the of our beloved, there is a lips without any smile and arms without any tenderness and eyes with no sight, motionless body due to the war. Our beloved has died there. So in the last stanza, here the speaker, seriously, I apologize to you. I promise to meet you in our next life. I will hold this shrapnel, that is a cell of the bomb, shrapnel as a token by which we will recognize each other. Here, the speaker is really optimistic that she will meet her beloved, which has passed already in the next life. She will meet with her beloved uh, shrapnel as a token there. She will take the shrapnel that will show that they had their previous life there. So here the death of her beloved is not the ending; it's the beginning for another next life there. So the speaker, this poem shows that the speaker is missing her beloved very much. So not only this thing, but also this poem indicates that it's the effect of war to human beings. Due to the war, people have faced such a circumstances, such kind of condition in their life. It also shows a very nasty example of the war. So dear students, that is the poem. Well, now uh, that is Let's analyze the poem in our own perception. That is the summary of this poem, The Gift in Wartime. The Gift in Wartime is a heart-touching poem composed by Tran Mong Tu, a famous Vietnamese poet who moved to US in 1975 after Vietnam fall. She has first-hand experience of Vietnam War that was started in 1954 and 1975. According to Tran, war is a terrible thing and the Vietnam War is simple experience for both Vietnamese and Americans. The poem is about inhuman aspect of war and its effect over humans. In the prison poem, Tran addresses a person to whom she is speaking is in a prison and can neither hear or understand what she is saying. Here the speaker as a widow has expressed painful feelings of her lonely life after losing her dearest person, might be a husband, in the nasty war between America and Vietnam. The poem has presented a terrible picture of war which never provides mirth to others, but it only wipes out happiness and provides death, sorrows, blood, and pain as a gift. So, according to the poem, there are 7 stanzas. In the first stanza, the speaker shows our deep feelings of love and affection for a dearly loved person. She offers roses and her wedding gown to cover his tomb, which is still green with grass. In the second stanza, she speaks about the pride of her beloved's bravery by indicating medals with silver stars and the yellow pips on the badge, the yellow pips uh, on the badge there. Now these awards are of no use because the person who received them with bravery is no more. Similarly, in the third stanza, she talks about youthful days with her beloved one. Both of them were in deep love in those days. Unfortunately, when she heard the bad news from the officers, she lost all her youth in the death of her beloved. In the fourth stanza, she displays the nasty portrait of war. She talks about her lovable person's blood smell and the blood of his enemy from his war dress. The dress of war only provides her with blood in return so that she may be here. Moved here, she wants to say that war always invites destruction, pains, blood, etc. for the humans. In the fifth stanza, the speaker reminds our beloved one about the clouds and cold winters that she has provided him. She only gets the eyes full of tears on summer days in return. The speaker wants to show her deep pains in the absence of her beloved. In the sixth stanza, the speaker says that due to the war, her beloved has left her, providing lips without smell, arms without tenderness, eyes without sight, and the body without motion. It shows that she has a sorrowful life without him. In the final stanza, the speaker apologizes to her beloved one and promises to meet him in their next life. She says that she will hold shrapnel as a token which will assist both of them to recognize each other. In this way, the prison poem shows very bad effect of war to human beings. It is a satire to everyone that war is never good, that always brings destruction and outbreak of peace. Well, dear students, uh, try to analyze the poem, try to go through this summary. If you have any confusion, if you have any confuse, if you have any misunderstanding about this lesson, don't forget to ask me. You can comment there. Uh, Finally, don't forget to subscribe my channel as well. It's Versatile Learning Network. See you in the next class, in the next lesson, in the next new day. Thank you. See you.